when the blue reign of blueness and coldness is over. Oh, how the happiness, the sunshine and the smiles as Hobbsy the happiness fighter has taken down Winter Blues with a signature move of the Smilinator. Yes, that is correct. I destroyed Winter Blues at Bash in Berlin. And oh my god, Bash in Berlin and that German crowd were just crazy and nuts and on my kind of happiness, joyful level. So with that, let's talk about Bash in Berlin, what went down, and everything in between. My name is Hobbsy, and welcome to the Happiness Fighters Army, where we're all about fighting for our happiness and our success and our dreams against our own version of our own darkness. It be mental, physical, life situations, or just the big bad world right now. Yes, that is correct. Hobbsy the Happiness Fighter did defeat Winter Blues at Bash in Berlin, which is ironic because here in Australia it's the 1st of September and it's the first day of spring. So what better day even to defeat Winter Blues on the first day of Australian spring. I couldn't ask for a better day. And Bash in Berlin, it was great. The crowd was nuts. It wasn't like hype, one of those hype PLEs that everyone's like, oh my god. But for what they gave us, it was pretty awesome. So I just want to go through all the matches, my reviews on it, what I thought, what I didn't like, all that sort of stuff. And then I've got some announcements at the end of that I want to speak to you guys about. So with that, let's get in with Bash in Berlin review, shall we? Now, a couple of announcements. Firstly, I did not watch Bash in Berlin at 3 a.m. in the morning when it aired in Australia. Gail loves to sleep. So, yeah, I didn't watch it straight away when it came out. I watched it around maybe lunchtime-ish. So, yeah. So that's why it's a bit later in the day. Also, if you hear wind noises in the background, it's the wind outside because it's really windy where I live right now. The weather has been weird here in Australia this last week. Warm and then cold. Even though today is the official start of spring, it's just been weird weather. Also, if my voice sounds croaky, it's because of the weather. My body gets affected by it, so I could get run down, I could have sore throats, etc. I apologise for that. Hopefully, with this warmer weather coming, my voice will sound a bit better. But until then, you're just going to have to put up with this. Now with that out of the way, let's get in with Bash in Berlin, shall we? Now, we started straight off with the Cody and Kevin match, which made sense because it was one of those matches that wasn't as hyped in my eyes as well. And there had been rumours of Cody's knee being injured, and Wade Barrett said in the locker room that if it is, no one's telling him, sort of thing, which I get. No WWE superstar wants to admit they have an injury just before their title match. And we actually did find out what Kevin said to Cody on SmackDown the night before in his ear, and this is quoting Wade Barrett that quote Kevin Owens, and it says, "Don't forget you asked for this." So, yeah. Are we getting a Kevin turn? We'll just have to wait and see, hey? The crowd went nuts even before the match. I don't know what was in the water in Germany, but this crowd was like nuts in like a good, positive way. And I love that. I love that from a WWE crowd. So I'll be saying more of this later in the video. What else? If I'm looking down, I'm just trying to read my notes. I wrote pretty quickly because I'm trying to watch this as well. They shook hands before the match even started, so that's a good sign of respect. I like that between these two because everyone was thinking, oh, Kevin's going to turn on Cody or Cody's going to turn on Kevin. And it's just too predictable. We need some respect in these sort of snitch. See, that's how tired I am after watching this situations. Lots of counters in this match. Kevin got heated at one point. Cody stood on the audience barrier and looked out in the crowd at one point. A form of scissors form submission by Cody. Cody did a lot of submission moves in this match as well. Like I just said, submission moves, figure four leg lock by Cody, but Kevin broke out of it. We had a splash on Cody by Kevin on the outside of the ring. Cody cutter, punch off, stunner countered by Cody into a crossroads. Cody's knee did buckle at one point. So I think there is some sort of injury there, but I don't think it's like a severe one. I think they're just playing on it a bit more. Kevin went for the knee. We had a stunner by Kevin. Crossroads. Knee to Kevin's swanton. Like Kevin was doing the swanton bomb. Cody, but he got kneed. And then we had one more crossroad, and then Cody wins the match. Simple. Love this match. And both men hugged it out, and I love this. I'm hoping this doesn't mean that they're going to turn. What I'm trying to say, I hope this means that they're going to have each other's back coming to Bad Blood, because Solo said whoever wins out, Cody and Kevin, he's next. So we're going to definitely probably see Cody versus Solo at Bad Blood, which I don't think is actually going to happen. I think it's more going to be Roman's going to interfere, and then he's going to go after Roman, and then Cody's just going to have another competitor of some sort. Because it just, I don't see it. I see more the Bloodline Civil War starting to take shape at Bad Blood, more so than Solo going after title. The only way I can see Solo going after title is Solo going after the title, he wins it, and then Roman goes after Solo. That's the only way I could see Solo with a title. But we'll just have to wait and see. And that's that match. Then the next match is the Women's Tag Team Championship match between Unholy Union of Amber Fowler and Isla Dawn versus Jade and Bianca. And I want to say, before I get any further, I got the Cody match right. This match, I didn't predict any. So at the moment, we're one correct. And starting off with my notes, Jade and Bianca's outfit were giving like spring mixed with Green Lantern vibes for me. And I love this. I'm going to say these two win best outfit of the night in my eyes. And yeah. I also loved Unholy Union's matching yin-yang outfit designs. It worked. What did I take? We had a takedown from like both girls just beating it out of each other before the match even started. I think, yeah. Unholy Union basically dominated most of this match. At one point, Bianca gets a jump tag into Jade. Jade annihilates Unholy Union at one point. A lot of back and forth in this match. I actually liked this match more than I thought I would. We had a German suplex for the win, and Jade and Bianca become new tag team champions. So congratulations to Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Who could I see these guys facing? Probably PFC, Pure Fusion Collection. Or maybe Damage Control, like the Io and and Kairi Sane, or we could have Unholy Union be like, we want a rematch sort of thing. There's not really many women's tag teams on the main show. I know there's like not enough women to have this, but I would love to have some more really good women's tag teams on the main show. Even if they brought a couple up from NXT for a while. I just feel like there's not enough really good. Don't get me wrong, the women's tag teams that are there, they're pretty good. It's just, I think we've seen too many of them I think I need new blood. That's what I'm trying to say. Also, if you heard a train in the background, I live near a train track, so sorry about that. But yeah, green must have been their lucky colour because they won in green, so. And yeah, that's that match. The next match is a CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match. Now, I was going Drew McIntyre, but for my predictions, I put CM Punk because I have a funny feeling that they were going to make CM Punk win, with Drew winning at SummerSlam, and then at Bad Blood will be decided. Let's just say my prediction came right. Now, for a strap match, the rulings are no disqualifications, no countouts, no submissions, no pinfalls. It's just the first person to hit all 4 lights simultaneously in a row. So what I mean is, like, in one corner you hit one light and then you have to hit another one pretty much straight away. Otherwise it will just go off and the whole thing starts over again. Now, for this match, Drew was the red light and CM Punk was the green light. Just remember that, because that comes in handy. Drew started off the match by attacking Punk before even the match started, which, as a Drew McIntyre fan and a CM Punk hater, I loved this. I loved it so much. CM Punk went onto a table at one point and I was like, yes. I was like, maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe Drew will win this. And Drew whipped Punk with the strap at one point, payback. And then the strap match started. They both got the strap on, which the strap was 13 meters long. So long enough that one person could get out of the ring while the other one was in the ring at the same time. We had a Russian leg sweep with the strap onto Punk. Punk whipped Drew with the strap at one point. Drew got slammed through a table, or onto the announce table. At one point, Punk was bleeding, and I was like, yes, I love this. You guys know I hate Punk almost as much as Drew, I'll say. It's just a cancer in WWE. He needs to go. He just needs to go. I'm going to say that. Drew went through a chair that I set up earlier in the match. So that's a bit ironic. And then Drew threw CM Punk onto a table that CM Punk had set up outside early in the match. Punk was tagging the lights while being carried by Drew on his back, and they were almost at the last light, and it just went. They both struggled, just didn't get the last light. Drew tapped out to the sharpshooter that CM Punk had on him at one point, but because there's no submission moves in this match, there was no break, no counter. Didn't really matter. It looked like he had passed out, but he didn't. The bracelet, the famous CM Punk 50 cent bracelet, come into play in this match. We had 3 go-to-sleeps by Punk. And then he got the bracelet back up, and Punk basically just won the match and then hit all the lights and he won it after that. And even though I am a massive Drew McIntyre fan and a hater of Punk, I will respect this win only because it sets up a great storyline. Because we had Drew winning at SummerSlam, Punk won at Bash in Berlin, Bad Blood, Hell in a Cell. These two have to have that match. Yeah, I'm going to say Hell in a Cell. Something where they both can't escape, something where they can just do as much damage as they can to each other, and something that where people don't get involved in this match. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Then we had the German ring announcers announce that this was the highest grossing show in history. Not Raw and SmackDown, but the live PLE shows. And as an Australian, I'm a bit bummed about this. So this is my plea to WWE. Please come back to Australia next year. I don't care if it's not Elimination Chamber, but I would love it to come back to Australia because we just missed out in the new Triple H era. So I don't know if the way Elimination and Chamber was set up was to introduce people to what was going to happen in the Triple H era or not, but I would really love a PLE in the Triple H era. I reckon us Aussie would bring the loudness, bring the noise, and smash that record. I don't care if it doesn't have to be in WA. I would love it in Adelaide because then I wouldn't have to fly anywhere and I wouldn't have to travel as much. But if it's in Melbourne or Sydney or Brisbane, I will understand because they probably do have the bigger arenas. But yeah, I reckon we need Australian PLE in the Triple H era. And if you're from Australia and you agree with this, let me know in the comments because that's just how I feel about it. Now we go into my favourite match of the whole night, and that is the Terror Twins, El Capitan, Damian Priest, and Mummy, Rhea Bloody Ripley, taking on Dom and Liv. Now, you guys know I am a massive Rhea Ripley fan. Hometown hero. I'm wearing the same top again because I love her so much. Not her, but love where she's from and the representation. And I love this match so much. And I only took highlight notes because I was watching it and enjoying it so much. And just Terror Twins. Genius move. So, yeah, let's get on with the match because I could talk about Terror Twins all day. First off, I will admit I did like Liv's jacket. Didn't like what it said on the back, but I love the look of it. Same with the boots. I liked her boots. So, now the badass outfit award of the night goes to the Terror Twins. The jackets, the ring gear, totally badass. I love this for them. It totally rocked with their theme. Yes. Now, before the match even started, Liv and Dom were on the outside near the announcement table, and Rhea and Bruce had come in, and Rhea did a DX sucker to Liv and Dom, which I love this cheekiness about Rhea. It's like the Australian in her just comes out and be like, let's have a little bit of cheekiness, shall we? So I love that. The match started with Priest and Dom as it was a mixed tag match. Men face men, women face women. You know the deal. And so those two started off. Priest dominated Dom. You knew it was going to happen. We Want Mummy chant started from the German audience, and I love this. I feel like Germany was totally behind Mummy and Priest and the Terror Twins all the way. I feel like that was the case. Dom tagged Liv in, which means Mummy had to come in. So, yeah. And then... Oh, and then Liv came in. Sorry, I was just trying to remember. I write so quick and messy. Sometimes I can't even read it. But, yeah, Priest came in because... Priest was in the ring. Liv came in and she's like, what? And then Priest was like, just talk to the hand. I love that. And then Mummy dominated Liv. Did Latino Heat, which I love this. Just little details to this made this match so awesome, especially in front of Dom. And then Liv tagged Dom back in. Dom distracted Priest at one point, so Liv could get out of hand. Priest went hip first into the steel steps by Dom's doing. We had 2 cheap shots by Liv. And I know that, yeah, we'll do that again. We had 2 cheap shots by Liv. Mummy annihilated Liv. Dom tried to distract Mummy at one point, but it didn't work, and Mummy got hands on Dom. Liv saved Dom at one point from a riptide. Then jump tagged Priest by Mummy. Double Razor's Edge, which I love this. Would have loved to see a double riptide, but I get timing matches. JD, Carlito, Finn all got involved in this match. You knew this was going to happen. Where 2 members of Judgment Day go, the other 2 others have to follow. We had a suicide dive by Liv, which I will say this worked. Mummy come back. JD distracts Priest. JD tries to distract Mummy, sort of thing. Priest takes out Judgment Day all by himself until Dom, and then he takes out Dom. And then we had a headbutt and a riptide, and Mummy gets the win, basically. So the Terror Twins win. I knew this was going to happen. It sets up for Bad Blood. I'll say this was a hell of a great match. I just took quick notes, so if there's anything I've missed, which I probably have, I'm sorry. And now the Terror Twins are on top, and will always be on top. And I can't wait to Bad Blood. I'm going to make a suggestion that it is going to be Rhea and Liv in some sort of title match. I would love to have this as a street fight between these 2. And Rhea just brings out some iconic Aussie thing, like a cricket bat, maybe a Bluey doll. That would be funny to see. Her just be like, throws a Bluey doll at Liv. Maybe some Vegemite. She could smear Liv with some Vegemite. Or grab some and just write something on her body. Something like that. If not, if it's a Hell in a Cell match, make it Mad Max theme. With all the weapons tied to the cages, and have like the cricket bat and the Vegemite and the Bluey doll in there as well. That I would love to see. And that's why my chair colour is Rhea and Priest Terror Twin colour, because twins are awesome. My soul sister is actually a twin. I can't remember which one, but the one where they're not the same gender. And yeah, twins are awesome. They have each other's back. And that's what the Terror Twins remind me of at the moment. If my soul sister and her twin had each other's back in a WWE ring. So I'm loving this. Also, I want to quickly mention as well, if Priest does go after Finn, I'm going to say it has to be for the tag team titles against JD and Finn, and he could get Dolph Ziggler to come back. It would be a great timing, because who was Dolph Ziggler feuding with just before he got fired? JD McDowell. So I would love to see this, but I don't think this is going to happen. I think maybe they might have Ray in there, or someone that Priest respects. You could even put Jay in here. Yeah, Jay Uso and Priest for tag team champions. That would be awesome. That would be awesome, man. Yeah. So I can't wait for Bad Blood, because the Terror Twins are just gonna tear up the Judgment Day. Now, with that, we'll move on to the main event match, and that is Gunther versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I will say, I get why this one went so long, but it did go for a little bit too long in my eyes. But I get why it went so long. You had to have these two duke it out. I wouldn't say, in my eyes, this was the best match of the night. I'd say the Levendom and Rhea and Priest one is. But I get why people would say this is the best match of the night in their eyes. And yeah, so let's get on with it. Crowd was so loud, you could clearly hear them sing Randy Orton's theme music when he was coming out. Also, his entrance to the ring at Bash in Berlin, hot, so hot, like sexy hot. I get why his wife, like what his wife sees in him. Oh, I won't go after him. I won't, of course. But it's always good to just have that little bit of a fancy, if you know what I mean. And yeah, so Luke Kaiser came out in the entrance, not the entrance, the announcement area of this match, and announced Gunther, which totally makes sense. He's from Germany, Gunther's from Austria, made sense. And let's just say, this German crowd was so totally nuts by this time. I feel like some of them had been drinking some German beer, and it was working its magic. Let's just say that, because the crowd went nuts, so nuts that the louder meter that they usually play for live PLEs was at 113. And this is another reason why I want another live PLE in Australia, so us Aussies can beat that freaking record. Because as far as I know, this is the loudest a crowd has ever been in a live international event. So let me know if I'm wrong in the comments, but I feel like this is the loudest. So Germany, he brought it. And at one point, there was a wave even happening, to the point that Randy and Gunther got distracted by it. Gunther dominated for most of this match at the beginning. Then Randy rammed Gunther into the steel steps twice, which then injured his, left or right? One of his shoulders. I couldn't remember which one. My mind's not as good as it used to be. And you could seriously see the bruise starting to form, like within minutes after it happened. Gunther went through the announce table twice. Well, not through it, onto it, sort of thing. Gunther powerbomb Randy with the injured arm at one point. He was having a hard time doing it, but he did it. We got RKO by Randy. Of course, you're going to have the Viper do an RKO in Germany. Gunther got bounced off the steel steps that had been set up by Randy near the announce table, and then Gunther went through the table again. Actually went through the table this time. Randy breaks out of two sleepers by Gunther, like sleeper holes by Gunther that look like an actual constrictor. I can't say it looked like an actual snake was roped around Randy, and then the last one he didn't break out of, and Gunther won. So yeah, that's Bash and Berlin all done and dusted. I will give this I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 smiley faces. It wasn't like, oh my god, great. It didn't have any surprise returns. I got all my predictions right. And I even got one surprise prediction right, and that was someone was going to wear Berlin or German colours, which Randy and Gunther both seemingly looked like they were wearing Berlin colours, which were red and white. But yeah, nothing really went to me. So that's why it gets an 8 out of 10 smiley faces. And with that is Bash and Berlin done. I cannot wait to Bad Blood. I feel like Bad Blood's only going to have maybe 1 or 2 just normal matches, and the rest of the matches are going to be like all-stream matches. That's my dream Bad Blood. I'm someone that loves streamable matches of any sort. So I can't wait to Bad Blood. Now, speaking of Bad Blood, obviously the Happiness Fighter will be at Bad Blood. And let's just say there's going to be a surprise return of a rival of hers. Also, there is a mention of a WWE superstar in this series up until Bad Blood. And new episodes of Hobbsy the Happiness Fighter takes on her rivals in WWE Bad Blood story will be coming out on Tuesday. So watch out for my TikTok and my Instagram, and maybe even here on YouTube for all that. Now, this Happiness Fighter loves fighting for happiness, her successes, her dreams, and the championships that she deserves. Like, for example, her first ever Happiness Championship that she won earlier this year at Elimination Chamber. Her first under 100 kilos championship that she's still the champion of. And she's recently fighting for a shot to be at WrestleMania 41 next year and to claim her ultimate dream championship. But lately, finance has been beating her butt on this, but she's going to keep fighting for it. But as she's fighting for this championship, she's also going to fight for the smallest and littlest happiness fighters that don't feel like they have a voice in this world. And as it is Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month this September, I will be raising money for Connor's Cure. Now, if you do not know what Connor's Cure is all about, I recommend you go Google it, because I do not want to get any details wrong. But if you're a WWE fan, you know what Connor's Cure is all about. And in a nutshell, it's about finding a cure for pediatric cancer, and the V Foundation is the foundation that Connor's Cure is aligned with, and that's what they are trying to do. They are trying to find a cure for one of the biggest rivals in this world, for our smallest and littlest happiest heroes, and that is pediatric cancer, which this happiness fighter believes that every child should have a normal childhood, shouldn't have to be worrying about fighting against their rival pediatric cancer, should just be happy and joyful and enjoying life instead of being stuck in a hospital bed or getting chemo and sick in their own beds because they can't do what normal kids do that are cancer free. So that's why, while I'm also fighting for my Ultimate Dream Championship, I will be fighting for those smallest and happiest, littlest happiness fighters that don't feel like they have a voice and are having a hard time beating pediatric cancer's butt. And the way I'm doing this is with this GoFundMe. So every dollar after $10,000, because that's all I need to get to WrestleMania, I will donate the rest of the money to Connor's Girl. And my goal is to get $100,000 US by the end of September, raised in this GoFundMe, which in Australian terms is about 150,000 roughly. That's why it's set at 200 for tax purposes as well. And yeah, if I get this, I will face pediatric cancer at Crown Jewel. And if someone donates the most amount in this GoFundMe, they will get to pick the type of match me and pediatric cancer have at Crown Jewel. So yeah, if you want to help me, obviously Happiness Fighter, make it to her first WrestleMania and help the smallest and happiest and littlest happiness fighters who don't feel like they have a voice in this world fight back against one of their biggest rivals, pediatric cancer, all you have to do is go donate to this GoFundMe. The link is in my YouTube channel, my TikTok bio, my Instagram bio. And yeah, let's help the smallest and littlest happiness fighter army members kick pediatric cancer's butt. Now with that, I'm going to end the video here. And I hope you all are having a nice, warm, joyful, springful day. If you're in Australia, if you're not in Australia, I hope you're having a nice and joyful day. If not, I'm sending you warm, positive, joyful hugs your way.